What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Average Bob, and in today's video, we're going to dive into the Week 2 highlights from the Giants versus Commanders game. I mean, I think if you guys are familiar with me in this channel, you guys know I'm a Giants fan, diehard, and I think this loss today is just this team, this organization, this franchise over the last 10 to 12 years finds new ways to lose in like historically bad fashion. Yeah, I don't know what else there is to say. It looks, I don't know, like how can you possibly score 3 touchdowns and still lose to a team that hasn't scored one? Offensively, defensively, special teams, not a single touchdown, and you still lose the game. I don't know if I've ever seen that before in any level, high school, college, but the Giants did it. Good for them. Maybe I get some light on here. And apologies for if there is some background audio here. There is a block party right outside my apartment window. They were just singing some Billy Joel and stuff like that. So, yeah, if you hear anything, my bad. Before we dive into the highlights here, because there was a key thing clearly that happened in this game was on the opening kickoff, Graham Gano suffered an injury, and I think he was already banged up going into this game, which is a little bit unacceptable. The fact that they chose to go into a game where your kicker, who's had previous injuries, lower body injuries, and have no backup plan, and like whatever, Scottish Hammer was tried one extra point that horrifically failed, almost like when you're playing the new NCAA football game and the stadium pulses up all the way and you just goes not even close, and you're like, man, well, maybe I'll just go for 2 next time, like which the Giants did. My point about Graham Gano is it's just so Giants that on the opening kickoff, Washington takes it to the house and it's called back, and Graham Gano's hurt on that play that had really nothing to do with the game because they called it back, except it had a major impact on the game because Gano got hurt. Now the Giants can't kick any extra points. They have to throw a pass to Neighbors at the end of the game on a 4th and 4 instead of when they normally would have kicked a field goal. So, like, if you start doing the numbers and the math, you're like, holy shit, we should have won this game 24-21, worst case scenario. But again, like I said, right off the bat, this is the Giants. They find ways to lose. And it's an all-timer bad loss, I think, in my eyes. And I don't know what to do next from here. But let's talk about this game. Let's talk about the Commanders. I got to say, I mean, once this shit starts happening here, guys, once this starts happening, you get an absolute clean kill shot on the opposing quarterback, who, by all measures, Jaden Daniels went 23 for 29 for 226, no touchdowns or interceptions, so very clean, with also 44 rushing yards. When you have a kill shot on a potential divisional quarterback who, by all markings, that franchise wants him here a while, and I think he backed it up today, where he looks like, he looks much better in week 2 than a lot of rookie quarterbacks are. With, I don't know, let's be honest with you, outside of Terry McLaurin, like, is there that much that could help this guy? Like, I don't know, Ertz is washed at the end of his career. Diami Browns, whatever. Brian Robinson Jr. had, a career day, 17 for 133. Let's just keep going, because my point is here, when you have a kill shot, you got to take it, and you got to tackle him. Giants fans will remember this, or, if you're older, around my age, I think it was like OC or JPP wrapped up Vince Young the one time in Vince Young's rookie year, and Vince Young scattered away for a first down, and like it was like might have been a 4th down tooth, but like again, you have a chance to look where the blue line is. That's where they freaking snap the ball. So you're looking at whatever, it's gonna be like 3rd and 20 something, like, and then you let him go. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. They're looking for a call there, which this is one thing that really pissed me off the entire game. I'm trying to figure out the best way to put it without sounding, I don't know, a certain way. Jaden Daniels, rookie quarterback, he will need to figure out how to slide, because if he doesn't, teams will smack him. And I think this is a great play by Bobby Okereke, because Jaden Daniels was clearly still in bounds when he got hit. You want to cry? Look at the one guy like kicking his leg, like, hold on. The one coach kicking his leg, like Look at him right here by the second down marker. Kicks his leg. Like, embarrassing. We lost to a team that does embarrassing shit like that. Yeah, so the first drive doesn't result in a touchdown, but again, you can't get a stop. They go right down the field. Giants actually, I think, won that challenge. Yeah, no, I don't know. Guys, like, I just feel so defeated after this game. 5 takes a shot on the quarterback here, right? See? But it's 4th and 1 and they still get the first down. You could just tell this is the difference. And I listen, I think the Commander fans will tell you the first thing for them is to never be too hyped over any game or any period of time because they're very familiar with misery. But what I think Cliff Kingsbury showed today, because honestly, I totally forgot where he was until they showed him, and I was like, oh, he's there now. And I think maybe some other people were like that too. But Cliff Kingsbury, and this is what the Giants, I think, failed at a little bit for Jones, is when Dable came in, he said, we're going to run the Josh Allen offense. Not the same quarterback. Daniel Jones and Josh Allen are not the same quarterback. Commanders draft Jaden Daniels. They bring in Cliff Kingsbury, 2 new people. Cliff Kingsbury has had some success in the league and in college in dealing with quarterbacks. He says, let's build our offense to get the most out of our quarterback. What does he do? Scramble, RPOs. Can also throw down the field, but let's use our rushing attack and open up everything else. The Giants don't game plan to make our guys better based on their skill set. They're constantly good pocket. This is what I want to talk about. Sorry, if you're new to the channel, I kind of go off on tangents and then come back and look at stuff. But my point is the Giants don't coach their players better. They coach them within their scheme. On the flip side, what I saw from the Commanders today, they're using all of their players to what they're good at specifically. And it makes the whole team better. And I think the Giants have, I don't know, like blinders on that they can never do this. So let's look at this again. Good pocket. 6 on the bottom of the screen having that rush. I think that's like the Kayvon Thibodeau rush right there. Just go up field a million miles an hour, take yourself out of the play, let the quarterback step up. It's a little bit infuriating to watch constantly, but over here around the 40 left hash mark, the 2 guys run into each other. You see right there. And that essentially opens up the drag, but it was like a double drag, or Theo Johnson's running in route, so he's a little bit further down the field, and you get Neighbors on the drag and then get a block downfield. Neighbors gets absolutely crushed, but he gets up pumped. It's fun to have a little weapon here. Motor Singletary gets in. Good blocking. They called it out there in the broadcast, but this is a really solid down block here by 85 to tight end, right? It's almost like a trap, but it's like an outside trap because you're using your tight end to trap. So love the play call here. Darius Slayton too, right where it's the ampersand, getting a nice little block there. And then Motor Singletary gets in. This is why we got Motor. Hey, screw Saquon. Saquon wants to go out. We're just gonna get Motor Singletary because he was good for us when we were in the Bills. It's like, I don't know. And then you bring out the Scottish Hammer. I don't like this guy. I've been very vocal about it. And then, the Stadium Pulse in FedEx Field or whatever the hell it's called now is just way too much for him. That now your game's completely screwed because you can't go back to him. You scored a touchdown at least. They scored 2 touchdowns on the first 3 drives, or their only 3 drives of the half, which was a marketable improvement, right? And then this one was very quick to come down. But this is what good teams do. If it's even, okay, officials start rolling the clock. I'm Cliff Kingsbury. I'm saying on the ball immediately. Let's get on the ball and run a play. Stop jumping around dancing. They want to challenge it. I still think it probably would have went the Commanders' way here. Pinnock was jumping around, flying around. It looked not too bad today, but this is what the good teams do. They just get on the ball immediately, run the next play. Watching mediocre to okay running backs destroy the Giants is something we've seen for a long time now. And this was even before Bobby Okereke came, so it is a little bit disappointed. And yeah, I don't know. Okay, Austin Seibert's second field goal. Now you're at 6-6. Oh, this is a great hole. Look at this cutback lane here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see it. Just little, looks like just an inside zone. And then that's Runyon. You can see he's facing towards us on like where it says second. And he's just, whoever that defensive tackle is, just flying out upfield and essentially just taking themselves out of the play as John Michael's blocking down. Creates a cutback lane, and it also has this guy right here needs to be flying up because he's the only one there. And then that leaves your, newly paid running back with a either linebacker or safety right here with a chance to make a play. Boom. Makes a miss, goes around, little spin move, stays on your feet. No, Singletary, motor. I'll bust his balls because I thought they were really like hyping him up a little bit too much. And, it is what it is. It looks okay. And honestly, like this, I thought this was an actual decent play by Jones here because 3rd and 8, you got trips up top, you get an okay pocket. Jones steps up. Then he's stepping under. He kind of has it. And that linebacker knows he's going there. He's just got to, and now he's hauling ass. He's got his back turned. Jones about to get hit again. And throws it up. Is it a little over his head and he can't make a play? Yeah, but I mean, at least he's showing he's not too afraid compared to like last week where it was like there was nothing available here. And sorry, I have the stats in front of me, but I can't actually believe it looking at it now that. So Jones went 16 for 28 with 2 touchdowns. He was sacked one time for 3 yards. But I just want to say, like, looking at the stat sheet, Malik Neighbors, 10 for 127 and a touchdown. Darius Slayton, 3. Wan'Dale Robinson, 2. And Devin Singletary, 1. 4 guys involved in this offense in the pass game. There's a lot of guys running around there. There's a lot of guys that have been drafted. There have been a lot of guys that have been signed. But they're not even getting looks or targets or anything. So, Jesus criminy. Yeah, Brian, this was the Brian Robinson show, ladies and gentlemen. 17-133. He was very impressive. I'm sure fantasy owners wish he got into the end zone there, or at some point. Then they got Eckler, too. It's like these third and... Eckler was money on the third downs, screens and draws. How do we not even... there's another one. All right, so let me talk about it. One guy's actually getting upfield. Still, it was a screen. You can see Daniels was looking over at him. He's already got his arm out, looking for the ball, being like, oh, shit. What's his name's in your face? And then Dexter's going to dive. And, this guy's good, man. He's efficient. He doesn't take bad sacks. He doesn't throw the ball away. The only thing is here, he doesn't slide again. And honestly, at this point, if you can't stop him, like, I don't know. I'm not trying to be like the bad guy and Remember the Titans, but like if someone ran through him here again right now, like just to send a message and say like this ain't going to be easy for you your entire career when you play us, instead of like us being kind of soft about the situation, I'm fine with it because you know what? I think everyone's going to come in another season that they're going to walk all over the Giants. They're going to beat you up physically. They're going to celebrate. They're going to have amazing fantasy performances that are going to get rubbed in your face even more. And it kind of just pisses me off. So, okay, Giants get the ball back after field goal makes it 6-9. Nice. 2nd and 10. This is a great, they talked about this route too. Little just in route, but he bends it in and then snaps in. And then look, this is what we've been lacking so much of having a wide receiver who immediately, he knows where he's going immediately, that by the way, he's stemming his route to the inside like this. This is causing the cornerback to come up and play like he might be running like a slant or a deep post or something. So he stops it here. This guy has to come flying up, and then he just puts his foot right in the dirt, turning, and it's gone right out the gate. Like makes you happy to see. It's a small little thing, but and it was also good to see a little bit of a different game plan to just get him involved more. I don't give a shit. Force targets, chuck it downfield. Doesn't work, it doesn't work. At least you're trying stuff because as Giants fans for so many years, we don't throw the ball downfield. You watch other games and other teams play us. Another one, very similar route combination here. Breaks it off inside, takes 2 steps, balls out. Good throw by Jones. Safety's far back, and then again, little whoop, whoop. Just gotta put that away. You don't want to hold it out like a loaf of bread, Malik. But hey, avoids the cheerleader too. Says what up to some Giants fans, and here we are. We're in the red zone. A little bit of kryptonite, shitty snap. Jones trying to make a play out of nothing and almost gets in. I will say, Daniel Jones again. He's takes his life into his own hands every single time he has the ball. I think he's just fully done with attempting to try and slide or not take pain. He's like, I don't know. Maybe they're all just kind of like, hey, another next injury gets us out of our contract and out of everything for everyone. So don't slide, and whatever happens, happens. But here you go. It is what it is. Here's the thing, too, guys. Like what I was thinking about during this. How many, 2-point conversion play calls do you have in your playbook? And also you score 3 times. When's the last time the Giants scored 3 touchdowns in a game? Like I need to see that stat somewhere. But how many 2-point conversion play calls do you have? It's probably not that many, that much. So you're kind of going through all of them. Not that the Giants are going to need super duper secret play calls for any team that they play this year, but I'm sure there's only a select amount. Yeah, I mean, Jones, like, this pocket's not terrible. They're just bringing some heat. Rushing 5. Van Roen throws his guy. Jones got to step up and around, and you get a sack. But the Giants looked good on this drive to start the second half, and then Mr. Motor has a little case of the fumbleitis. Or it's not, it was just a nice hit, I think. Let's just look back and see it here. Yeah. It's just so clear when that happens, too, and the running back's still right, and the ball just pops out the other way. Like, clearly got a great head on it or punch it. What was it? Yep, great punch. Little peanutter. Nothing you could do there. Cliff Kingsbury, great looking man. And Jaden Daniels did a fabulous job of just dropping it right over defenders' heads. I don't want to say he's going to be a problem with us because of the ineptitude of the Washington organization historically. But I thought he had a very successful debut in his first Giants game. He looks confident. He looks swaggy. Like, there's something about that. There's something to be said for that. Like, also, I feel like Thibodeau is constantly making tackles 30 yards downfield. Like, is this a good thing or a bad thing? Or, like, what the fuck are they doing with him? All right. It's getting off the rails a little bit. Another field goal. I mean, could you imagine? Like, they gotta, like, I'm surprised they weren't, like, how do we get 1 touchdown here instead of 6 or 7 field goals? Good pockets for Jones. This is one here. All right, you get the field goal up. You have 85 blocking. Let's look at it quickly here. 85 is the tight end on the R in third. Top Gray releasing, gets a pathetic chip for Thomas. Jones got to step up. You got 4 other linemen, as you can see right here, blocking 2. Blocky block tight end hanging on for his life there. Jones, but Daniel Jones staring directly downfield, and there's no other guys around there from a route perspective, as we can see here in this version of the copy. So pretty easy for safety to come over and just knock that away. Respect to Terry McLaurin, man. He has always played the game the right way. I always give kudos to Terry on this channel. And I don't do that for a lot of opposing teams' players. But what I like about him is he's never been a diva wide receiver. He plays the game the right way. Yeah, no, I don't know. I guess I would say I really enjoy him as a non-Giant player. And I don't say that about many people, especially in our division. You know, little rugby scrum, as I said on the broadcast, and then he somehow gets away, and Robinson's gone. I can't believe Pinnock actually got him here. Kudos to Jay Pizzi and getting him. I'm sure Robinson was a little bit surprised there as well, because once he probably thought he got out, he was gone. McCaffrey, brother McCaffrey didn't have a catch, didn't get on the stat sheet. Okay, is this a hold here? Look at this. Okay, all right. This is a sexy Burns play. Look at Burns up top. Boom. Here we go. Oh, that's just nice. Look at the right tackles looking at the right guard. Like, dude, you were supposed to be there. And then he tackles Burns, so that should be a flag. But Burns, that's an incredible. Oh, it was a flag. Declined, field goal, 15-12. Jesus. They love the one back, just quick play action, gives linebackers a second to think. Also gives the quarterback to see a little bit better downfield, running these little like out routes for Neighbors and Slayton. And yeah, Singletary looked a lot better this week. 16 for 95 and a touchdown, long run of 22. Also had a reception for 0 yards, but also delay a game here. Not the most ideal spot, but you know what I do like? What I see here? All right. Great pocket. Look at that. When's the last time we had a pocket like that? 3rd and 11. DNs, outside linebackers, edge rushers are coming with their ears pinned back. Neighbors, similar stuff as we've seen before. Gets up. But this is what I like to see. The offensive lineman getting downfield to try and help a little bit. Just get around there. Throw a block on someone. Like that. 4th and 3. Makes a conversion. Flexing. 3rd and 2. 12 and a half on the clock in the 4th. That one's completely. All right. Safety, just interference. I guess we're going to look at this one. Pass interference on the defense. Number 1. He grabbed him in 45 different places. This is what I like to see right here. Let's see where Jones is looking. Let's look at this play call, because you got 0 coverage and you're man to man. They're just gonna bring. They're bringing a lot. Caught up pretty nicely. Ball's out. The second Wan'Dale makes his break, because there's no corner sitting over here on this 3rd. He's man to man. Wan'Dale gets in. Boop, 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 boop. I don't know if my touchdown celebration looked as good as Wan'Dale's. But Jones actually having good reads there on that play. Then you go for 2. Make that catch, you're in the NFL. Make that catch, Giants could win this game. Have a kicker, Giants could win this game. Oh, 5 almost gets there. 0 just holding on. How much does Brian Burns weigh? Because he looks a little like, I know the Spider-Man joking stuff, but he looks skinny. Wow. Zach Ertz just running through people. Yeah, a couple guys got ran over on the Giants in this one. Which doesn't really always bode well when your secondary guys are just getting run over. Oh, this is Damn, this is such a cool play call. Look at this. Okay. Terry McLaurin coming in motion. So it's like you might have a jet sweep opportunity. Then you fake play action or like an option fake to Eckler. And then you're also bringing the backside guard around. Or it's almost like you got a little bit of a play action boot a little bit where you could hit McLaurin in the flat. Tight end had a delayed reach. And then you just go back to. I mean, you could tell it's called because look at how fast Daniels is looking right there. Being like, he knew all the linebackers bit. Cherokee chasing ass to make up for his mistake. Eckler jumps and Drew Phillips is like, oh shit. I guess it's an NFL running back. 3rd and goal. Giants play good D. 4th down, get off the field. 33-yard attempt from Sherbert. Just kidding. His name's Cyrus, I know it. Moving ahead, 4.5 to go. 3rd and 7. Jones takes a snap, steps up, get hand on him. Okay, let's go back because a split second later, this ball ain't coming out. Luminor didn't get enough break, but. You know what's open? Earlier, we saw that in the game where these two guys ran into each other. That route combination, if it's a vertical or an out, the commander who's ever covering the inside route keeps getting caught up, and then just the drag is just naked. So you want to try and cover neighbors with the drag. It might have been an actual same play calls earlier, to be completely honest with you guys. 3rd and 10. Jones takes a snap. Good protection. Steps up. Makes a man miss. Guys, I mean, we have injuries. We're coming off an ACL injury. We're not the smartest Duke graduate to begin with. We have 2 neck surgeries. Okay, 4th and 4. Jones takes a snap. Tries to look off as much as possible. Still, this is what we saw a lot of in the preseason. Cornerback just sitting there. Neighbors has his arm up, like going behind. Can't make the catch. Making this catch extends the drive. You probably bring down the clock yourself, kick a field goal, and you win 21-18. Or if not, say if you would hit all of your field goals earlier, then you're at 21. Up to 24. And that means Washington has to come back and score a touchdown to beat you. Hey, good ball by Jones. Got to make the catch. I'm sure he feels shitty about it. He had a chance to actually be the hero. When's the last time anyone on the Giants had a chance to be the hero besides, the Vikings playoff game a couple years ago? So here you go. Again, Jaden Daniels did an amazing job all day of just sitting there throwing it over the linebackers on that mid-level. And then they're in no huddle mode, and they're not afraid to throw a freaking. They don't have to get it all. We'll just throw a jailbreak screen. Then we'll go back to running, and this is a college play. Like, look at this. This is as college of a quarterback run as you get. You're getting the backside tight end to come around and hook the edge. You're getting a fake with the running backs. You're getting the linebackers flying up. They think it's just a handoff. And then now you got your tight end acting as a lead blocker. Unbelievable play call. I feel like I've said that a lot today for one team and not the other. And this is what happens. This is how you lose 21-18. I hope I really clarified everything throughout this game that led to this point. But again, the Giants just have failed as an organization. They find new ways to lose. As a fan, I'm not going to blame people for starting to watch NFL Red Zone if that's what you want to do instead of watching this team play, because this was a winnable game. This was very winnable. Last week was winnable. Even though the Vikings did look pretty good today with a win over the 49ers. But Browns had a huge win over the Jaguars. After that, you're in prime time versus the Cowboys, who got their asses kicked by the Saints. They are dying to play the Giants. Bad, ladies and gentlemen. And they know already if they could win next week, it'll be a get-right game for them on a short week playing the Giants, and they're going to be looking forward to that. So if you guys watched this video, if you liked it, let me know what you guys think in the comments. And yeah, have a great start to your week. And, hopefully if you gambled at all that you won, because we can never let Vegas win. Have a good one, y'all.